The Mona Lisa is considered the most timeless and famous piece of artwork ever. It was created by Leonardo da Vinci, who is also one of the most well-known artists of all time. According to the Louvre curator, Jean-Pierre Cuisine, the entire history of portraiture afterwards depends on the Mona Lisa. Thus, it is sort of the root, almost, of Occidental portrait painting. It is so important that Leonardo carried it with him until the day he died. I am speaking to you today to persuade you to look into the beauty and historical significance of this masterpiece. There are three main points I would like to focus on today: the history of the Mona Lisa, the theories about the painting, and the influence it has had on the world. To begin, I would like to start with the history of the Mona Lisa. As I said in my intro, the Mona Lisa was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. He painted it over a period of 14 years, from 1503 to 1517. The painting has had a long history of owners. After da Vinci died in 1519, the painting was passed down to his assistant, who then sold it to the King of France. After the French Revolution, the painting was moved to the Louvre, where it is still housed today. The painting also has a history of theft and vandalism. The first robbery was on August 21, 1911. Vincenzo Peruggia stole the painting by simply walking it out after hours under his coat. He was apprehended 2 years later when he tried to sell it to the directors of the Uffizi Gallery in Florence. It was then exhibited all around Italy and returned to the Louvre in 1913. 43 years later, a man named Ugo Ungaza threw a rock at the painting, damaging the part of the painting near the woman's right elbow. The same year, the painting was severely damaged when a vandal threw acid on the lower part. Despite these imperfections, the painting is still beautiful and regal. There are many questions that have been asked about this painting. Who is the woman? Why did da Vinci paint her? What hides behind her smile? All of these questions will never have definite answers, though there are lots of theories about this magnificent painting. There are two main theories to who this unknown beauty is in the painting. One is that the portrait is based off a woman named Lisa Gherardini, the wife of a Florence silk merchant. Another popular theory is that the painting was a self-portrait. There are certainly similarities between the facial features of Mona Lisa and of the artist's self-portrait. Even though we don't know who this lady is, she is still considered to have one of the most ambiguous and enigmatic smiles ever painted. Lots of theories have been made as to what hides behind her smile. The most popular one being that she was pregnant and the smile was one of happiness at expecting a new child. This concurs with the very fine gauze veil Mona Lisa was wearing on her dress, which was something typical for a soon-to-be mother to wear at the time. It doesn't matter who she was or what she did, she is still one of the most influential women painters in the world. This statement brings me to my last idea of my speech, the influential standpoint of the Mona Lisa. According to Art Magazine, the vagueness of the female's expression, the memorability of the half-figure composition, and the subtle manner of structure and the distinctive realism were innovative traits that have contributed to the painting's continuing enthrallment. This piece of artwork has influenced our world because of its unique skill and technique. Because of its amazing preservation after all of the years, the painting is one that has had artists been looking up to it for years. It is also said that because of its significance, artists have been using Leonardo's techniques in their work to try to create a masterpiece like his. In conclusion, there is no doubt that the Mona Lisa is one of the most influential and famous paintings of our time. It has been through its trials and tribulations and still stands strong at the Louvre. This piece of art gives pleasure to almost everyone and leaves you wondering about all of her secrets. She demands respect, and that is what the world has given her. Hopefully one day you will be able to go and see her in person and to stare into her eyes and form your own theories about this magnificent painting.